Hi, we're going to read the second half of the book, which is part two of Owls by Gail Gibbons. So let's look through here and see where we left off on this great book. And we left off, I believe, right here where we were reading about the eyes and the ears. And so now I'm going to turn the page and we're going to finish the book. An owl attacks its prey silently. When flying, it can move its wings without making a sound. Silence. And this is the great gray owl. An owl's bones are very light. They are full of air. The strength of an owl's wings and the lightness of its bones give an owl extraordinary lifting power. Strong legs and toes and long needle-sharp curved talons give owls great grasping power. Most owls kill their prey by biting it at the base of the neck. And different owls have different diets. They may eat squirrels, skunks, rabbits, birds, snakes, insects, and other creatures. Owls usually swallow their food whole, head first. When an owl kills an animal that is too big to swallow whole, it shreds it with its beak. So it takes its beak so it can eat it. This is a barred owl and a great horned owl. Owls cannot chew or grind their food. They cough up what they can't digest in pellets. The pellets usually contain fur and bones. And there you can see they're investigating and they're looking to get the pellets out. And then if you look right there, let me get it right there's the pellet and then the bones that were found in the pellet. Many owls rest or roost during the day. Some owls nap from time to time, resting their heads on their chest. Other owls twist their heads around to rest them on their backs. Hoot, hoot, screech, screech. Owls communicate in many different ways. They may use sounds to claim a territory, to warn of danger, or call to a mate. Some people think owl sounds are eerie. Owls make nesting sites in unusual places. They may nest in hollow trees, in tree stumps, on the ground, or in an abandoned bird's nest. So let's kind of look at this. Here we have a barred owl, and it goes, ooh, 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 wow. And the snowy owl goes, wow, wow. And the burrell owl goes, ding, ding, ding. And the great horned owl goes, hoo, hoo, hoo. And then here are some of the owls. So you can see the eastern screech owl up at the top, the little F owls in the cactus. And then you can see the great gray owl in his nest in the tree. When a male barn owl courts a female barn owl, he will bring food to her as an offering. Often he flutters his powerful wings and hovers over her to get her attention. The male's mating call is coo, coo. When the female accepts the male, they mate. Then they choose a nesting site for the female to lay her eggs. Often they choose an old barn, hayloft. Barn owls don't build nests. They use a space that is dark and safe. In about 2 weeks, the female begins laying her eggs. She lays one egg at a time every 2 days. At the end of 10 days, there are 5 eggs. She sits on them, keeping them warm. This is called incubation. About 1 month later, the female hears a faint peep coming from one of the eggs. The shell begins to crack. The first owlet uses its egg tooth to break free from the shell. The tiny owl is blind and helpless and has no feathers, but it can hear all the sounds around it. The male has been hunting and bringing food to its mate. Two days later, the nest out the nest out the nest outlet owlet hatches. The mother keeps them warm and protects them with her soft feathers. At 2 weeks old, the owlets can see. They are covered with soft down. Now both parents must hunt to feed their hungry brood. Now the owlets are 1 month old. They have their feathers. Their eyesight is good. The owlets are very active and jump on the food their parents bring. They try flying. When the owlets are 2 months old, they have moved outside of the barn and are able to fly, but they still need their parents to help them get food. When the young owls are about 5 months old, they are able to live all on their own at only 5 months old. Years ago, there were many more owls in the world than there are today. People killed owls to protect smaller livestock. Farmers and others used chemicals to protect crops and plants and trees from insects. Also, natural habitats were destroyed as people moved into the wilderness areas. Today, certain places have been set aside as reserves to protect owls. Some zoos have breeding programs for endangered owls. Endangered means that we're worried that they're about gone from our earth. Owls play an important role in the balance of our natural world. People don't see owls very often. That's because most of the owls are creatures of the night. When you're out in the country at night, listen carefully. You might hear the sound of an owl. Ooh, ooh, the end. And some of you, remember, said that you have seen owls in Georgia. So I will see you in just a minute to talk more about owls.